What's up, my horse lovers? It's the Horse Reactor here, and I am back for another reaction. And this time we are taking a look at something else from vintage North American horse racing. This one is called Kelso Retirement Tribute. Same thing with Racehorses Challenge. I've never seen it. I've heard of Kelso, I just never did this reaction. And hopefully it won't be as long as the other one was that I did yesterday. So, anyways, that one was about 7 minutes and 35 seconds long. This one's shorter than that. It's about 4 minutes and 43 seconds long. So, anyways, I think I've heard of Kelso in videos before. Probably just never did a reaction to anything with him. So, I want to get this one over with. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Retirement. He was 26 and was in excellent health until a few hours before his death. Kelso hadn't raced for nearly 18 years, but his death came just a day after one of the highlights of his life. 32,000 people were at Belmont Park on Saturday to see the Jockey Club Gold Cup and the Champagne Stakes, but also to see something really special.
Which was what?
Many of them felt the way that New York Daily News racing writer Russ Harris does.
Someone says, who's the greatest horse you ever saw? And I say, well, on a given day, on his best day, Secretariat may have been the greatest horse that ever lived, like the day of the Belmont Stakes or the day of the Derby.
What are you talking about, dude? Secretariat is the greatest racehorse who ever lived.
But over a period of 5 years, Kelso met the champion 3-year-old of 60, 61, 62, 63, and 64. And he beat all of them. 5 consecutive crops. And there were a lot of good horses in that group.
Kelso and Forgo were brought back to Belmont Park on Saturday to help promote contributions to the Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation for less fortunate retired runners. Forgo, 3-time Horse of the Year in the 70s, and Kelso, 5-time Horse of the Year in the 60s, were paraded before the stands, leading the post-parade for the Gold Cup. Forgo has put on a few pounds in retirement, as mostly everybody does, but he looked marvelous at the age of 13. Kelso, accompanied by his best friend Pete the Pony, also looked marvelous, but more importantly, in retrospect, he looked happy. Maybe the trip and excitement were too much for a 26-year-old horse. His death came just a few hours after he returned to Maryland. But although it's not clear what he remembered during his few minutes on the track, it is clear that he enjoyed his appearance as the thousands of fans did. His ears were pricked, he grabbed the bit, and he loved every second. Maybe the final moment
he soaked it all up.
Such a bad
he overcome almost any obstacle. He would overcome bad luck. Track meant no difference.
Is this one at Belmont Park or Saratoga?
Kind of a track or any conditions.
The track was slumpy for Kelso's first Gold Cup in 1960. The distance then was 2 miles, but with our
2 miles, really?
The 3-year-old swept under the wire, 3.5 lengths ahead of the field.
I think one of the odd stories that very few people know is the first year that I rode Kelso, I didn't hardly ever let him run all out. And the reason being, when you get a great horse like that, you try to keep the weight off of him.
That's true.
Which I would never let him win by over a half length, neck, a length, something in that category. And we fooled the secretary for quite a while because I kept the weight off him.
By 1961, there was no keeping the weight off. 13 times in his career, Kelso won carrying 130 pounds or more.
Damn.
Twice he won under 136. Late that year, he claimed his second Jockey Club Gold Cup by 5 easy lengths.
Wow.
Kelso
There's a mailbox
competed in
named
none
after
of the
him?
Triple Crown events, yet he became one of America's most beloved athletes. Bundles of mail have passed through Kelso's own mailbox.
King Kelso.
His determination to win made him a hero. In 1962, with Milo Valenzuela riding, Kelso won his 3rd Gold Cup.
How many Gold Cups did he win?
Winning the first 2 Gold Cups. And Valenzuela, then he took over as his regular rider. And when he rode him in that Gold Cup, he said he couldn't straighten out his arms for 2 days because he had that much hold of him. The horse was running that strong all the way.
Kelso went on to win the Gold Cup in 1963 and again in 1964, setting an American record for 2 miles, which still stands today.
Does
he
it?
also had a book written about him, and he set a new money
There's even a
record.
book about him?
Even though Kelso hasn't raced in 16 years, he still ranks 4th in all-time career earnings.
Oh.
Today, Kelso's leg shows no sign of the fracture that ended his career in 1966.
a filly that run out at the head of the stretch. And as he was working around the turn, carried him right out, and I believe he run right through the set of horses of Calumet. And probably during that little episode, he probably switching leads or something, struck himself, and he fractured his sesamoid.
Kelso didn't completely retire, though. For a while, he enjoyed another career. The DuPonts schooled Kelso in dressage and overjumps, and he made public appearances at horse shows and racetracks, always drawing admirers.
I bet.
Kelso's days are quieter now, but still sprightly. He wears the traditional yellow ribbon in his forelock, such as he wore to the post 63 times in his career. For 8 grueling seasons
I guess he was
of
used to
racing, Kelso had unprecedented stamina and fortitude. And through it all, the king endured.
Oh, yeah. So, anyway, that was Kelso retirement tribute. Pretty good, actually. Not going to lie. But 4th in earnings, well, was he ranked? It said he was ranked 4th, right? Because I think it said that he was ranked 4th with earnings. But what can you do? And he ran a lot. How many times did it say he won the Jockey Club Gold Cup? I gotta look that up. And I wonder how many major wins he's got. So, anyways, I'm pretty sure it's a lot that he had won with the major wins, like besides the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Plus, where does that Belmont or Saratoga? Because I got no idea. So, anyways, that's going to be it for this reaction. So please leave a like down below. Most importantly, copy the name of the video I reacted to and search it up in the search bar so you guys can see the video for yourself without having me talk over it. And click over here to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.